They start on the ground with Elliott. And some room to work. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A nice run there, 9 yards. And it'll be second down. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47, and he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Now a toss play. It's a Giant. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. They run again with a Giant. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad. Here's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. A first carry now for Adrian Peterson. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head.
And Peterson, what happened? He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. They stay on the ground. Again, it's a Giant. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson out to his left, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Carlos Dunlap coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep. And got his man complete. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. First down carry by Elliott. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this first quarter. On play action, Rodgers. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. And the pressure gets to him again.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Bryant with a catch right side. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. They get 25 yards out of that one. And it'll give the Seahawks a first down. They give to Elliott. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 8-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Ezekiel Elliott, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of...
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this one's incomplete. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this short timeout. Now Wilson on second down. Buying time to his left. He's got a man complete. A really good pickup of 28 yards. First down now, but the clock continues to move.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and his accurate throw.
There he goes, Amari Cooper. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Amari Cooper, 46 yards. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. Extra point try for Gostkowski. And the lead is now 2. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And it's a short kick, taken right around the 19. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Rodgers now on first down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, When they get back to the huddle, they have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. He's going to fire one deep. That's caught inside the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Evan Ingram, 63 yards. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. And that was just a fly route. There was no stop. He just went.
Yeah, and it was beautiful to watch because you have to set it up as you go along. Everyone knows he's fast, so you play him for that. That's the number one thing you want to take away. But as you go through a game, sometimes you vary the speed in which you come off the line of scrimmage and maybe start a little bit slower, get him to stop his feet a little bit as a defensive back, and then explode and go, as we saw there.
And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Now it's Ajayi, and he's got room. Ajayi first down and more. He's at the 50, the 30, past the 20, and he'll take this all the way down to the 15-yard line. A big play there just before. Halftime, and even 70 yards. First down, here's a run with Peterson. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds. Incomplete. Third down, it's Adrian Peterson. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. They'll try to run with a J. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. On second down, Wilson steps away to his left. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And they will be backed up deep, as they'll have to start the drive from the 6-yard line.
Anytime you field a kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
They'll start out on the ground with a J. And shutting him off, now open field. Legs still churning.
Like a giant pinball.
And he'll be out of bounds, getting it across the 25. That good for 22 and a first down. Now Wilson on first down. Dancing to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Christian Kirksey coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12. They run with Ajayi. Finding room at the 30. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 40. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I'm wondering, partner, if they might need to sub him out for a play or two, because after that long run he just had on the previous play, he might not have all of his breath back.
Yeah, and they went right back to that well. Different result. Flush to his right. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They run for it with a J. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. On first down, Rodgers looking for the out route. It's completed to Landry. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Jarvis Landry, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Here's Ajayi. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Here we go on 4th with Wilson.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
It's a pickup of 14 there, and it's good enough for a Seattle first. This is Ajayi, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They go play action with Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. First, he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. And a great spot to start this drive from here. Rodgers now on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able.
On play action, now Rodgers. Looking down, and this is taken in at the 5. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Dez Bryant, 38 yards. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. The point after try for Gostkowski. And the lead is up to 18 now. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. And he's going to go out of bounds on the return. He won't even get this thing back to the 10-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive. Trucks through him.
Oh, man, right through him.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.